The strongest people do not respond to disrespect because they understand that disrespect is not a reflection of their own worth, but rather a mirror that reveals the state of mind of the one who delivers it. It is not the one who received the insult who is diminished, but the one who gives it who exposes their own weakness. The weak react instinctively, allowing emotions to dictate their responses, while the strong remain unmoved, exercising control over their own state of mind. In a world governed by ego, where every perceived slight demands retaliation, true power belongs to those who refuse to engage. This is not an act of passivity, but an assertion of dominance over one's own emotions and actions. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, reminds us that we have the power to determine whether or not we are harmed by another's words. If we choose not to feel harmed, then we are, in essence, untouched by the insult. An insult, a sneer, or a provocation are merely empty gestures, devoid of any real meaning, unless we choose to grant them significance. It is not the act of disrespect itself that wounds a person, but rather their own decision to take offense. Those who possess true inner strength refuse to let another's weakness dictate their mental state. When one reacts to disrespect, they inadvertently validate it, giving power to the offender. To respond with anger or retaliation is to acknowledge the insult as meaningful, thereby surrendering control over one's own emotions. The moment one reacts in anger, they become a puppet to the one who provoked them. As Seneca wisely noted, if a person despises another, that is their own concern. What truly matters is ensuring that one does nothing worthy of contempt. The strongest individuals refuse to be controlled by those who seek to provoke, for they understand that to lose control of one's emotions is to surrender power to another. True strength is not found in the clenched fist or the sharp tongue, but in the ability to remain composed despite provocation. Power lies in restraint, in the ability to destroy with a single word, yet choosing silence instead. Those who are truly powerful have nothing to prove. Their dignity is not fragile, nor does it rely on the validation of others. They recognize disrespect for what it is, a desperate cry for attention, an attempt to provoke, a means of exerting control. The person who insults others is often insecure, envious, or powerless, seeking to evoke a reaction to validate themselves. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, likened responding to insults to barking back at a dog. It achieves nothing and only lowers a person to the level of the one provoking them. The strongest among us pity those who hurl insults, for they see through the suffering and insecurity that drives such behavior. A person of purpose does not allow distractions to derail them, just as a traveler on an important journey does not stop to throw stones at every barking dog along the way. A focused individual does not waste energy on petty conflicts. Responding to disrespect drains mental and emotional energy, diverting attention from meaningful pursuits. As Epictetus advised, when someone succeeds in provoking you, recognize that your mind has allowed itself to be complicit in the provocation. To master oneself is to rise above such distractions, maintaining clarity of purpose and an unwavering focus on what truly matters. Those who possess the greatest strength are not those who react to every challenge, but those who remain steadfast in their composure, undisturbed by the futile attempt of others to shake them. Refusing to be drawn into petty conflicts is a mark of true strength. Indifference is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a form of armor. The greatest warriors in history, the sharpest minds, and the most disciplined souls have all understood this fundamental truth. True dominance lies not in reacting to every insult or provocation, but in remaining unaffected. The moment you demonstrate that another's words or actions do not disturb you, their power over you dissolves. Disrespect only thrives when it elicits a response, but when met with indifference, it withers and fades. The game ends when you refuse to play. There is a silent power in restraint, a force far greater than any verbal or physical retaliation. The strongest individuals do not seek revenge, nor do they crave validation from others. They walk their chosen path with unwavering focus, undisturbed by the noise around them. When someone attempts to insult or belittle them, they do not engage. Instead, they allow the words to dissolve into nothingness, like a wave breaking against the shore. This is not an act of cowardice, but a display of supreme self-control. True power lies in the ability to remain unmoved, to rise above provocation without feeling the need to prove oneself. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, It is not the events themselves that matter, but rather how one chooses to react to them. Great minds do not waste their energy on trivial matters. They focus on what is significant, on pursuits that elevate rather than diminish them. To chase after every perceived slight, to react to every minor insult, is to behave like a man endlessly swatting at flies, expending effort on battles that do not matter. The truly wise do not allow themselves to be consumed by such distractions. They understand that dignity is maintained not by engaging in meaningless disputes, but by rising above them. A strong foundation withstands the flames of adversity, and the strongest individuals rise above trivial conflicts. Their attention is not consumed by petty squabbles, but is instead directed towards self-mastery, purpose, and unwavering discipline. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." True composure and strength are not defined by how often one retaliates, but by the depth of one's wisdom and self-restraint. Those who react to every slight, every insult, are soon forgotten, lost in the noise of endless reaction. Meanwhile, those who remain unmoved by provocation are remembered as pillars of resilience and fortitude. Power does not reside in loud, impulsive responses, but in quiet, unwavering steadiness. The strongest individuals do not seek to prove themselves with words or retaliation. They prove themselves through their silence, their control, and their refusal to be shaken by the chaos around them. The ability to remain composed in the face of provocation is a far greater display of power than any counterattack. If this philosophy resonates with you, take it to heart and live by it. Cultivate fortitude, embrace discipline, and commit yourself to the path of true strength. And if you seek deeper wisdom on resilience and self-control, continue on this journey with us. Until next time, stay sharp, remain disciplined, and become untouchable.